In this problem, we'll figure out the amount of weight in grams of a solid in a beaker of water. Suppose that the solid dissolves at a certain rate. This is the derivative right here. T is measured in time, and the rate at which it dissolves is related to the amount of that solid in the beaker. The more there is, the faster it dissolves, type of thing. Okay, so let's suppose that you know that there's going to be 1 gram at time equals to 2. So let's talk about what this information is telling you. This is telling you that f, your function, that's the amount of solid, okay, in grams, at 2 being the amount of time, minutes, will equal, and how do I know the unit is measured in minutes? Because that's the unit of rate is measured in grams per minute, so time should be measured in minutes. So that should equal to 1 gram, okay? But we're going to ignore the units for now. So that yellow part is giving you f of 2 equals to 1. So that's the first thing you should do always, kind of write down the information that's given to you. And then we want to estimate the total amount of solid 1 second later. Now, whenever you're estimating in this class, you would want to either use differentials or the linear approximation, and they're related to each other. So let's use the linear approximation. So the output should be approximated by y1 plus m times x minus x1. And oftentimes you see me writing this y1 on the left side. So you see me writing it as y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. All I've done is move the y1 to the other side. This is an equation of a line. These are with some initial points. The initial points will be this one. This will be the first y value. This here will be y1, and this here will be x1. Okay, and now we need to figure out what x will be, and it's 1 second later. So we want to find this y value. Okay, we want to find this y value when x is equal to 2 minutes plus 1 second. So that will be 1/60th. That's 1/60th of a minute, because we want to make sure that the units match up, okay? And then they match up in terms of minutes, okay? So if you're wondering where this came from, 1 second is equivalent to 1/60th of a minute, okay? And if you don't know how to convert that, I'm going to show you how. Okay, so 1 second gets converted to minutes by multiplying a form of 1. You want to have the units you want to convert to on the top and the units you want to convert to on the bottom. And then you ask yourself, what's the conversion between them? In other words, 1 minute is how many seconds? And that is 60. And so the units of seconds canceled out, and then you get 1/60th minute. Okay, so 1 second is equivalent to 1/60th of a minute. Okay, and so now we're adding those together, and then we could do common denominator if you want. So that will be 120/60 plus 1/60, which is 121/60. And we're gonna leave that like that for now. And what we're going to do now is we're gonna try to solve for m, and m is the derivative. So m will be the derivative at the time value that you originally started with, at x1. Okay, so you're going to plug in 2, and you're going to use that equation up there, which will be -2 times f of 2 times 6 plus f of 2, which is going to equal to -2 times 1 times 6 plus 1, which will be -2 times 7, which is -14. And so what we get now, this is all step 2, what I consider step 2 is to find the slope. Cool. And then step 3 would be to plug it into the equation. So y, the approximated amount, should equal to 1, which is the initial amount, y1, plus the change, which is -14, times x minus x1. So x was the amount that you wanted to calculate the approximation at, minus x1 was the amount of time. Okay, so that would be 2, which is 120 divided by 60. By the way, this is 2. This is the number 2, which is your x1 up here. Okay, and so then you simplify this. And by the way, notice this is exactly 1 second. Okay, that's the whole idea. So it'll be 1 minus 14 times 1/60. Okay, let's figure out what that is. Let's use our calculator. So this will be approximately 1 minus 14 times 1 divided by 60, and we get this number. So 0.76 6, 6, 6. And actually, the proper way to write this is 6 continuously. Okay, so that means, hey, write 6 and then just keep writing 6s. Okay, but I know that the software here wants you to approximate, so we could approximate to something like that. Okay, and that should read it as correctly in here. And this is in grams, by the way. Don't forget the units, and that's how many approximately grams you will have afterwards. And there's a way to actually solve this problem, but that's involving something called differential equations, which we'll learn in Math 5. Okay, and that solves this question. And have a